Hi, my name is Chris. I am doing my first week one discussion video for ITL 608, and I'm doing this topic on strengths, assets, and accommodations or supports for EL IEPs and 504 plans based off of a PE setting, just because I'm trying to get my teaching credential in physical education. So I think looking into those categories and coming across situations where I have an English learner, IEP student, or 504 plan student, I believe that after watching some of the resources that were given, one quote really came out in particular to me and stood out was that learning differences aren't just tolerated, they are valued. And I think that just goes to say hugely that you should be there to support all students and not look at students' deficits or whatever holds them back as being something that's negative. They should always be looked at for their strengths and have a strength-based mindset. So looking at an English learner in the PE setting, I think using technology, something that can be used to show a lot more visual representation of what we want to do in the class, will be extremely helpful for some of those English learners who don't understand too well through audibles or through verbal instruction. And along with technology, obviously demonstration from either myself or other classmates for the exercises or the skills we're trying to learn from the day would definitely be beneficial for them as well. Looking more into IEPs, I believe that just coming across a situation where there's an IEP where the child has extreme social anxiety and they don't like being around other kids, or they really shut down in that situation. One, I would read through their IEP and see situations that they do like to thrive in, but two, I would talk to their other teachers that they have and see what's worked for them, and maybe even give that student some choice to their activities for the day so that they aren't just being told what to do. They have some choice, and with that choice builds a little bit of motivation and willingness to be there, and maybe a little bit of fun too. So bringing out the fun part of that social interaction with a little bit of choice. The last thing I want to talk about, so drawing it back now from an IEP now to more just accommodations in a 504 plan, we want to talk about differentiating instruction for students who need more visual learning, auditory learning, or practice from regression. So we talk about regression, meaning if we're learning a certain skill, instead of just going right into that skill and telling the student to complete that skill, we're going to regress that skill if they need so. So some students need to be progressed from certain exercises, some students need to be regressed from certain exercises, and those are just accommodations within for all students in the field of physical education, where there's more than one way to do a task at hand, and or ways to get to a more progressed task by going to a regression first. Yep, so those are my topics for today. I really like the video on sentence frames as well, where they had sentences up on the board and they got to choose one of those sentences in order for the students to have a voice and ask questions. I think that would be very helpful in the PE setting too, because there might be some students that after instruction is given, they really don't know what to do, so then they just decide to look around to the other students and see what they're doing and kind of just copycat them. Although that might be some benefit to looking to other students to copy them, I do want those students to be able to speak up first and give me an opportunity to maybe explain it better. So that was my first video for week one ITL 608. Thanks for watching.